All right, guys, welcome back to Next Level Living. Today we got a good one for you, as you can see. So this is a so after reviewing this video, this is a little bit of a voiceover. I believe this bike to be a 1968 Yamaha DT1 250, and the only reason I think that is all the parts I've been looking at come back to that same year. Sale for $100. I got three bikes, actually, three of these identical ones. I believe the other one is a 500 cc or a 500 cc. So yeah, we're gonna do a learning curve together and we're gonna get this old beast running. The guy I bought it from said that his son had it, and then he got called out to the army and left it. He was restoring it and fixing it up. So one of them has a missing motor, or both of them have a missing motor outside, and I have one motor, but it's taken apart, unfortunately. So maybe in a future video we could get that running. And yeah, but for this video or this series, this is going to be on this bike. So far it's not seized. When I first bought it, I realized that. So it's got compression, I think. You can hear some blow back out of here, so that's good. And as you can see, there's two spark plugs. And from what I know, this is the spark plug that we use here. The other spark plug on the other side was for an aftermarket compression release. So I've been doing a lot of research since I bought this bike, and that's what they've said. And so yeah, they're pretty rare bikes. Does look like we have some rust here. I think I have that one outside, but yeah, I haven't decided if I want to restore it and make it look new again, or do I want to just get it running and actually use it. So not 100% sure. Looks like that's where the speedometer cable goes, so it's definitely a enduro. Here's the key for, I believe, the lock. I don't have the ignition key, but I don't think we need it. Here's the run on off. The throttle is seized. She's seized right up. So we'll have to free that up. Another thing I'm noticing, when you kick this thing over, you could, of course it doesn't want to do it now, but it was like slipping. So I want to get that figured out. I don't know if I want to do that before I put oil in. Probably. I'm gonna have to take this whole cover off and fix whatever's going on in there. So here's a gas tank. Here's another gas tank. And I don't think this is period correct to this bike, but this gas tank is a whole lot cooler than this one. So we might be throwing that gas tank on here. I think there's a seat out there that I can make fit, and probably gonna leave it the rest of the way. All this paint is peeling, so I'll probably take all that off. So yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting project. I've gotten bikes running before, but I've never fully restored one that's been sitting like this. So is it, could be a bust, or it could be a fortune. I mean, these bikes are going for $3,000 to $2,000. So, they're pretty rare. Those bikes are, I think, original, unfortunately, but yeah. So yeah, we'll get going on this. I think the first thing I want to do is drain the oil or whatever's in there, just to see what we're dealing with, if there's any in there. and then probably pull the spark plug, and we'll decide from what we do after that. Oh, and we gotta pull the carburetor. The other thing I gotta figure out is this 2-stroke, because it's confusing, because this says oil 1000 cc, and what I've researched is 10W30, I believe. It goes in here, but what I'm not sure of is it for the clutch? It's possible, very, very possible it's for the clutch. And you have to put the oil in there, so I don't know. And this looks like a 2-stroke exhaust to me, you know. Wider, it's not, you know, bored out or straight through, so yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's got some potential, I guess. It's not perfect by any means, but that's the whole thing, you know. It was $100 for 3 bikes. If at the end of the day, I could scrap it or, you know, sell it. So I think it'll be a fun project, and I think it'll be a fun learning curve on these old bikes. I love old stuff. I love working on old stuff. The problem is everybody else does too, so it's, you know, it's definitely hard finding those things. And as you can see, this gas tank just sitting on there, so she's ready to come off. But we might keep her on, we might not. I have a metal one. I think all the other ones were metal, so yeah. So yeah, let's get the oil drained, and we'll see what we got. All right, so we're back here. We got the got our wrench. I think this is the drain plug right here. It could be over here. Let me give you let me show you what I'm seeing here. Yeah, right there. So here's one, I think, and then there's another one right up here. So yeah, we'll see what the heck goes on here, but we're gonna hope for the best when we're draining this out. Oh, that was pretty loose. Not an ideal sign, but catch, homemade oil catch here. That's what we're looking like there. So there's definitely some type of fluid in there. It kind of smells like ocean water, which is not ideal. But I'm not gonna say that was the drain there. This is the other thing that popped out of there. So I think it goes like this. So yeah, like I said, this is gonna be a learning curve for the both of us. If you're coming here to get, you know, answers on stuff, I don't really know. We're gonna see if we can get her running, and ride her. That would be the goal. And if it runs good, maybe get it ragged. Maybe get a title and ride it on the road. Yeah, so that'd be sick to ride this thing on the road. Currently does not have a title though, so that's unfortunate, but and who knows how long this thing has been sitting for. The guy I got it from said that he got it from a guy who had it sitting forever. And his son was gonna get it running, but they never did. I don't think. Or fix it up or something. So I think this is the drain plug over here, but looks to be a little bit stripped out. Let's see. Oh, that one's tight. Oh. Holy Toledos. Wow, that sucker was tight. Luckily we didn't have no busted knuckles on that one. Frick. That one was really, really tight. Holy cow. Man, I can't believe how tight that sucker was. Alright, so hopefully this is the drain. And hopefully there's some in there. Because then that'll tell me that there's there's a lower chance of rust or that in the actual motor, but chances are there's probably not in here. So that's definitely the plug. But that's the type of oil that is in there. So, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Looks like whoever. Huh. So, I don't know if I already said this or not, but one question I have is this 2-stroke? Second one I have is, what kind of oil goes in there? I think it's 1040 or 1030. And another question is, what? If you guys know anything about these bikes, put it down in the description. I have a lot of questions on this bike, honestly, but we'll figure it out. All right, let's get to the spark plug up here. What do you say? Let's see what we're dilly-dallying with that. So we're gonna grab our spark plug tool here and see which side. Oh, that was already loose. That was really, oh boy. Wow, what in the heck? Can you guys see that? Look at that. That is some type of makeshift putty on there. Wow. I wonder why. Grab our light over here and see if we can look down in there. That should be top. Okay. That's the top. Scrub it better here. See a lot better. I can see a lot more. I think the cylinder's all the way down. That shit looks really, really clean in there. For what it could have been. It starts even freaking piston, man. Jesus, mine. Oh yeah, there she is. So it looks alright. My concern is why does that have that on there? And why does that look so new? That's another thing I should have noticed right away. That's a new spark plug. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's take this other side out here. Be a little bit more tricky to get to, but if it's as loose as the other side. And if this one's fouled, then I'm gonna say that this one is the spark plug. The other one is a plug. Because these bikes only had one spark plug from my understanding. The other one was a compression released aftermarket, or you could put a plug in there. It's just the spark plug just fit. Some people say that it was yeah, this one is a lot further in. Some people say that it was for a when one fouls up, if you're racing or whatever, then you can use the other one. So that one definitely been, oh shoot, sorry. This one's definitely been fouled or used. It's definitely been used. Huh, interesting. And the reason I say interesting is because all of the posts I've been reading and all of that have the spark plug on that side. Or like the coil here. It's usually like that. It's never on that side. Which, I mean, if they were as smart as they were on other stuff back in the day, makes sense, because right here is the exhaust. You know, why would you put that right next to a hot item when you have it on the other side? If you'll make the same, you know, compression and power, I don't know. Let's take this makeshift putty off here. Could have been a bad idea, but we'll see. See if they're the same size. Yeah. I guess that works out for us. We got a new spark plug. Now, do I want to put it on this size? This side, or? I'm going to put it on the other side. I think I want to put it on the other side. Just keep this one in there, but not use it. Now, I don't know. That could be wrong, but. To that later. Put this one in. Let's just spray a stooch starter fluid down in there. And put this back in. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, that one went in a lot better. Down there. Okay. Now let's see if this bad mamma jamba will start, or will I fall through the plywood before it starts. I guess the time will come. Climb up here. Ooh, easy step, easy step, easy. Okay. She should be on what they say is a run. So as you guys can see, that's what's going on in there. Does not sound good at all. Okay. So I don't know, will, adding oil help it? Something jacked in there. It could be those teeth. I don't necessarily want to add oil in there because those teeth are bad, I have to pull that all apart. And it's oil I just put in, so. I'm gonna say, I don't know what to say here. Do not know. I wonder if we ought to pull this thing outside and pressure wash it. So we got a clean start. I think that's what we're gonna do. Sorry about that, got a little wet. There we go, that's better. Alright, so we got her all cleaned up. She actually looks really good after that. All that stuff on the tank came out. So, yeah. Looks a lot more appealing to work on, that's for sure. So these are those other bikes. This one looks like the same one as that one. Just the rear fender is probably original. The front fender would have been original, but it's not on there. I think I have it in here. Here's that exhaust I was talking about, which that part is good. So that's good. Those look the same. Yeah, spring hold on. So take the springs off. It should just slide right out like that one. Here's a tank. I thought that was a cap, but it looks like it's just paint. Looks like they had it repainted, but just from sitting over the years. Here's the original fender, probably. So yeah, this was the 500cc, I think. The guy was telling me. He didn't say what this one was. I was just so stoked about getting them. I didn't really care what the heck they were, Just get her going and figure it out. So yeah, I'm probably gonna take this front wheel off and this back wheel. Looks a little bit more original. This one looks like it was, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. The other motor, oh, here's the other motor. I haven't really looked at this too much, so yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know what that does, but oh, that's probably the headlight. It's definitely a different motor, I think. Yeah. So that's unfortunate, but maybe we could find another motor. I don't know what that is on there. Oh, that's like a storage can. Oh, that's sick. Oh, man. Yeah, wow, that is so cool. That is definitely going on this bike. Looks like it'll just slide right in there. Very, very cool. I think we missed a spot. But fine. Let's grab a wire wheel and we'll clean that off. All right, so we got the fan going just to dry out the garage a little bit. It got a little bit wetter in here than I was anticipating, but looks like that's a drain of some sort here. A lot of oil kicked up on this thing right here. Right from this kickstart. Something's going on with that too. Gotta figure that out. So yeah, it looks better. All right, let's dry that off. And we'll dry that off. Okay. So after pressure washing it, I see this barcode right here. So that's nice. I didn't see any numbers on it last night or the other day when I got it. So yeah. I would have liked for this thing to pop off when we sprayed that starter fluid in there, but I think that kickstart's really gonna get in our way. So I think that's the next part on, I think we're gonna do a part 2 on that one, and we'll get back to you guys. Thanks for watching.